What's up, muscle car people? This is Bring It Muscle Cars, and I'm Matt. We're gonna bring you a cool video today from Ford Nationals, and they're talking about the new Shelby Super Snake and also one of the other new cars. And we get to listen to those guys tell a pretty neat story, so sit back and listen. Shelby Super Snake. Looks like luggage. Brakes.
Trying to see what size it is.
They put Michelin's on it now.
It's on the front fender.
Well, no, but that's the whole.
Now, Bill told Carol that the reason for the 1860 was Terlingua actually, and the word Terlingua comes from the word three languages, because there were three Indian tribes in the area. There was a mine there. They used to do mining in the 1860s. So when Bill drew up this and he put 1860, Carol said on why 1860? He said because that was the first race in Terlingua. 2 wagons raced down the streets, and Carol says, "Is that true?" Bill said, "No, but it really sounds good. We were going to put it on there." And the 3 feathers also represent the 3 different tribes that were in the area. The rabbit was a little bit of a in-your-face to Ferrari, because what is Ferrari symbol? Prancing horse, right? So what do? Jackrabbits are one of the most fierce things in that area. So he was making fun of the horse. He's putting up the paw that says, "No more peppers in the chili flakes." The nickname of the rabbit was Lucifer, because sometimes when Carol was less than gracious, Bill would call him Lucifer. So that's the background behind that. So they created the racing team. 1967, 50 years ago, of course, Shelby won the Trans Am Series with the Terlingua racing team. Actually, the first time that the crest was on a car was February 14th, 1965. Does anybody know what that date was? The first time the GT350 raced in competition. Ken Miles won in Texas, so very first race it won, Terlingua was on it. One of the other funny stories about Terlingua is in 1968, Carroll entered a turbine car in the Indy 500. When he did it, as all of you know, he entered it in, but it broke, so it didn't get in the race. But it got Bill and it got Carol pit passes. So they actually went down pit lane at the Indy 500 and they stuck these on every one of the cars, except one, and that was the car that won. So in Terlingua, they decided to, the whole racing team, everything was around it, because they went down and they did these wild parties. And so you have to forgive me, ladies, wives were not allowed at these parties. There were women though. And I have seen pictures of some really wild times that they had. They even had one guy whose name was Father Duffy. Now when Carol passed away, when we had our event at the Peterson, Father Duffy was there. He was a supposed Catholic priest who married a lot of people. He was not a Catholic priest. There are a lot of people to this day who think they were married by Father Duffy in West Texas. Was not. They brought in a lot of alcohol. They had a lot of fun. They brought in a young lady that they convinced one of the journalists was an Indian princess. She was from the local red light district. He thought for sure he was going to marry this Indian princess. One of the other interesting stories is the wives all found out that there was female companionship. So one of the racers, one of the most famous Grand Sport racers with Corvettes was Delmo Johnson. Delmo was a pilot. So the wives actually went out and printed up flyers that said things like, "I know what you're doing and who you're with. I get the house, you get the kids and the cars." They had Delmo fly over the camp and drop the flyers from the airplane. Some of the flyers did not come apart and did hit a few. The other thing Delmo did not Of course, the turbulence we looked before of the small plane hurt his silicon. So we actually had to land on a street to taxi off to a gas station to get some fuel. So a lot of fun things in Terlingua, but it was all around trying to get people down there to buy real estate. And they even had the very first chili cook-offs were in Terlingua. Carol helped start the first chili cook-offs in the world. But it was all about having fun, riding dirt bikes, drinking, enjoying, and there were some other stories if we didn't have young people here I could share. But that is the background behind it. Carol, of course, was the social director, and Bill was the head of the arts department. Gary, does that give you enough background? It's about filming your own establishments.
Before you buy it, get it inspected by road-ready inspections. Classic vehicle extras, ASE certified inspectors, 158-point inspection and test drive. That's road-ready inspection.
I like the way this looks.
Need a loan to take that car home that you're looking at today?
it is, but...
Need cash? Members First Credit Union is here on site, offering on-the-spot loan approval to qualified applicants. Visit Members First in Building T this weekend. That's Members First Federal Credit Union in Building T throughout the show weekend. Stop by the Classic Design Concepts display on the manufacturer's booth. Check out their products at special show pricing. Some of their products can be installed on your board here at the show.
Did you guys think? Did you like the Shelby Super Snake? Let me know your feedback, your comments. If you would buy it, what you think of the total package. I know I love those wheels that are on that thing. Get this far in the video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna have more car shows, have more install videos. All right, Avery, what do you gotta do?
Gotta click that bell.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.